Hello, good evening, and welcome. It is time for the Nubium show yet again. Where's my mouse? It was going so smoothly. So, to lead us in, we're just going to have my latest release that came out on Monday. And so after this, we'll get started. Fantastic. Cool. There we are. I pressed the right button. It's always a good start. Is the camera on? Yes. Is that camera on? Cameras are on. We are go. So, it's 9 o'clock again. Paris, France time. And it's time to create. I've got no idea what the tune is going to be like this evening. It may well be pretty quirky. They normally are. But it could not be. Maybe it will be super cheesy. We will see. So, if you've not seen this before or you're watching a recording, there's a few different options. You can listen along and just hear me throw an idea down, just completely off the top of my head. Or you can make some comments and you can answer these questions, which I'm just putting into the chat. What instrument do you want to hear? What tempo? 60 to 170 is kind of 60 seconds is exactly the same as 1 beat a second. I was trying to think of an easy way to say that, but then I just went bleh. 170 is pretty fucking quick, for want of a better term and a descriptive word. The other option is that you can send a sound in to me, and I will attempt to build a track around it. In the past, I've had somebody just simply on their phone, they just recorded in some beatboxing into whatever the voice recorder apps, send it to me, I cut it up, attempt to make a track out of it. And sometimes they are highly gone blank what the word is. I was going to be really clever then, but it's all collapsed. Okay, I'll probably think of it later, probably just as I'm pressing stop at the end of the stream. Right, so while there is no one watching live, but you may be watching this recording, I'm going to talk step by step, because some people are interested to know exactly what I'm doing to make the tune. And when somebody joins and makes a comment, then I'll just transfer into the other mode of creating with somebody that is watching. Without further ado, let us begin. I really feel the need that I need to press a button and then something appears, like a little... some kind of little quirky kind of do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, boom, and then I start. I'll work on that. In case you haven't noticed, this is a work in progress. There are lots of ums and ahs, and how do I do that? And that would be a good idea. That's live TV, baby. That's live TV. Right, let's go over to this screen, which is controller screen. Goodbye now. There you go. Hello. Right, so this fella here, this is what's just called a MIDI controller. And MIDI means Musical Instrument Digital Interface. And all that means is it sends on and off information to the computer to say, play this note and keep that note on and stop that note. And, oh, he's just pressed the key a bit harder, so do this instead. That's all MIDI information. And this controller, it's just like a fancy... I'll be back. It's just like a fancy keyboard. This is obviously a keyboard for typing. It doesn't make a very good hat, as you can see, because I'd have to... Well, I'm holding it on my hand, so therefore it obviously doesn't make a good hat. But, yeah, this... I was going to say this is like a MIDI instrument, but actually, it could be, because you could set this up to be a MIDI instrument. You press a button and it could play a note. So effectively, this is just a really bloody expensive keyboard. But it's got like these keys are touch sensitive. They're super, super sensitive. And when you press down harder, they might make the sound a bit different. And when you... I think it's called aftertouch. Yeah, can you hear that? Listen closely. When I push down hard, it kind of crackles. And then that fella there does that. And you can probably set that up to do anything. And then there's loads of different knobs and buttons, some of which I've got no idea what they do yet. At some point I'll probably discover. But at the moment, for my needs, I try to... It's time to do some dusting. Digression, I digressed. That's what I call a digression. But by me, obviously. My name's Doug. Hello. I digressed, yes. So, lots of chatting. And time to move. Right, so from here I can do most things. For example, I press this fella. I press this fella. By the way, the reason I just keep looking over there, it's just because I've got my chat on that screen, and I just need to make sure the stream is running smoothly and everything like that. So that's why I keep glancing over there. I'm not ignoring you. I know it's really rude to just look away like that, and I apologise. Back to the matter at hand. I press the scale button, and you can't quite see that. And maybe at some point in the future I'll have something that goes and it zooms in on it. But it has C, G, E, A, E, B. I wonder why it's got it like that. Yeah, I've got no idea why it's like that. Why doesn't it just have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then all the flats? But it has. So you've got the notes of the letters, and then in here we've got... Do you know what? I've got no idea what you'd call it. Like the interval of the scale or something? But if I say major and minor, everybody's like, oh yeah, I think I kind of know what that means. So, for example, I'm going to click on C, because it's easy, see? So see what I did there? And I'm just going to quickly get a sound. In fact, I'm going to turn up the volume of that. Yes, I can hear it a lot louder. So let's browse and I want some harmonic buzz. I hope this is vaguely normal. Oh, it's so normal it doesn't actually play. Indie bell. Okay, that'll do. So going back to this scale, for example, C major, it's a very happy scale. You think of children dancing in the street. Yes, it's all very happy. And that's a C major chord. If I turn this to minor, then the scale is going to sound sad. Oh, there's the note. Listen. So, this is major. Happy. This is minor. Sad, happy, sad. It's just a semitone. And all a semitone is a little bit of sound down, to put it simply. Yeah, I won't go into too much information though, but it's a semitone down. Oh, and that one. So that's sadder than this. Happy, sad. And then major, minor. Okay, everybody knows about that. But then you've got Dorian. I have not done any preparation on how to explain Dorian at all. It just dawned on me. My whole explanation of chords and stuff like that wasn't meant to be happening today. I just went on I just digressed. I just digressed into the world of scales and stuff like that. And Dorian, I do know that it's a mode, which is kind of like a scale. And I can't tell you anything more than that. If my friend, somebody pops to mind, his face has popped to my mind, and his name is slowly coming to me. Andre. Dre is a fantastic keyboard player, and I'm sure he could go into the depths of the Dorian mode. But what we can do, we can listen to it. So if this is major, yes, major, and this is Dorian. Oh, so it sounds a bit like minor. It sounds like minor, but it's also quite majory at the end. They're my technical terms. So this tune, we're going to go major, C major, which is probably basically if you have a real keyboard, a real piano, and you see all those white notes. If you start, right, look at a keyboard now in your mind, or get a photo of a keyboard up on the internet. You can be like, okay, what does a keyboard look like? You'll see all the white notes, and then you'll see some black notes above. Now, the black notes are grouped in, there'll be a group of 3 black notes, and then a little space and a group of 2 black notes. Those 2 black notes, the one on the left, the white note just below that is C. And if you play that and then move up all the white notes, you are playing the key of C, the scale of C. I think that's right. And the other cool thing, if you... Yeah, okay, I'm not going to go into other details because, we don't need to do that yet. Instead, I'm going to scratch my chin a little bit like this. So, we are major. That's really happy, isn't it? I think today's tune is going to be rather joyous and happy. Good. And I think we're going to stick with this sound. And this is going to be kind of like maybe some kind of playground thing that's going on. I'm going to press this, which takes me to all the different devices. And each button here corresponds with what is on my screen. Where is my cursor? I've got 3 screens. There it is. Cursor is here. And if I press Option, Command and B, it gets rid of that fella, that area. In fact, let's put it on. This is that area that I couldn't think what to call it. What would you call it? I've closed it. I would call it the library browser, which is exactly what it is. It just took me a while to actually remember. So we are closing the library browser, a word I just learned. Well, I knew the words before, but I was struggling to remember what they were actually called. So I've closed the library browser, and these here, drums, bass, Omni, and keys indie, correspond to here. Drums, bass, Omni. Don't know why I'm saying it in that voice. Indie keys. So I press those buttons and it lights up and it changes. Oh, good. When I press that button, you will see that down here, this is what is called a drum rack. I press the button on this fella, and this it's a plugin, a synth plugin that sounds very much like a bass guitar. Actually, not very much, to be fair. It sounds like a real fake bass. There are some amazing bass guitar sounds in here. In fact, let us go over to this screen here, and we're going to find one of my favorite sounding real bass guitar sounds. It's easy. E-bass. E-bass looking basses. It is not that. It is not that. It's not that. Exaggerated bass. It's so exaggerated that we can't hear it. Anyway, E-bass. Oh, check that out. Pretty sure it's just that one. So we're going to drag and drop bass into bass, and then you'll see this underneath has changed a lot, and this, it's now actually taken from a sample, and a sample is basically, it's a recording of a real bass, and a sample is like a little part of it. So, and there are some controls here that, while we've got time, I'm going to play about with. Articulate, I think I'm right in saying, but I could be wrong. I think it's something to do with like the velocity and stuff like that. Articulate. Let's play, turn the knob, and then we'll hear what it actually does, right? So let's go back over to this cam, controller cam. There you go. Hello, controller cam. And yeah, let's go into the device. Oh, that's lovely. Oh yeah. So when I play it softly, it does that. When I play it hard, it does a slap sound. And a slap sound is bass guitar, thumb, you literally hammer the string and it goes fuck off, and it makes this sound. Actually, oh wow, that's impressive. There's also a popping sound where you put your finger under the string and you go pick, and that's more like that. Okay, that is the slap sound. Yeah, sounds awesome. Anyway, this articulation thing, let's have a listen. Right, it definitely sounds dampened. Oh, just turn the tempo tempo is going to be about 100. Something like that. Pitch obviously makes it higher or lower. Dead note volume. Shaper, let's check out Shaper. Velocity sensitive. Now this is the cool one. Velocity is how hard you hit it. So if I turn articulation down and hit it hard, it slaps it. So velocity sensitive is at 40%. If I turn it up, oh wow. Firstly, it's really loud. But it also, how do you say that? It's more sensitive. It will reach the loudest note quicker. That's a good way to say it. So I'm going to put that at 50%. Anyway, I've kind of went into a world of my own there. So we've got a lovely electric bass sound and Omnisphere. Now I've realised I ended up doing some odd time thing there. We're going to record that again. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It sounds like it's too long, but it is actually 4 bars. One, two, three, four. Right, and you hear that, the slap sound, I don't want that. I shouldn't have played them quite that loud, that hard. So I can go down here, and I can just, it's the velocity. I can just turn them down, and I can actually, if I've just pressed this button, and I can actually hear what the velocity will sound like. And those 2 notes, I want them both down a bit as well. Okay, and you can hear that horrible bleep, 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 bleep. Yes, and that is that's just a click. But we're going to get rid of that bleep, bleep, bleep. We're going to press the drums button. And what kind of kit could we have with this? I'm going to think of some old school sounding kit. No. Yeah, let's do that one. That sounds pretty good. We can always change it later. This is just an idea, throwing it down. It's taking way longer than it normally would because I'm talking a lot. But yeah, I normally spend about 10 minutes putting a new idea down. And I don't do any editing there and then because it would just take too long. I can do any editing after. Like, what's the point of editing stumming? What is the point in summing? What is the point in editing something if we're not going to use it? And I don't know if I'm going to use this because it might come out crap. I thought, I'm going to make a happy tune. And at the moment, it's not that happy. It's a bit happy, but... Right, so we're on the drums. Bit of hi-hat. It's funny, this sounds like it's got some odd time stuff going on, but it hasn't, and it's quite confusing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's the keyboard line. It's very odd, and it's making it sound a bit like it's odd time. This is going really weirdly. I can now turn off the metronome. Oh yes, let's go to that camera. And where are there they are, the sends. Okay, so we have an idea. Where I'm on that camera. Just had a wave of tiredness. Brilliant. we have an idea, and it's way weirder than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, it's kind of a bit peculiar. So I'm going to press these two buttons, which is going to record those loops into arrangement view. Just like that. Right, I don't need the whole thing. Ooh, hang on. Oh wow, that's got a kick. Ginger and lemon, awesome. Yeah, these are the loops that I've just created. I can select all, drag them across there, and I'm going to quickly throw down a arrangement. And I'm doing this arrangement so I will have something to have an opinion about later. This is not to finish the track. This is to kind of highlight what parts work with what. Yeah, it's like maybe the drums and the main keyboard will work really well together, and I would have to sort of delete something, or maybe the bass and the other keyboard work really well together. Yeah, so that's why I'm doing this. And you get stuck in loopitis, and all loopitis means is you got the loop, and you're like, yeah, I love this loop. Now what can I do with it? And you have to break out of the loop. So you do an arrangement. You don't think about it too much. You just put it down, and then I will listen to this. To be totally honest, I'll probably listen to this in 2 months. I've got a backlog of tunes that, yeah, I could do with listening to, but I haven't done yet. I've been focusing on finishing my music because I release a tune every Monday, and it keeps me quite busy at this time, as well as these live streams and trying to set up emailing lists. Yeah. By the way, if you're watching this recording, want to become famous, buy followers. Oh, thank you, G Mertil 74. Wow, brilliant. Right. So before we listen to this, we are going to have a listen to my track that came out last Monday. Yep, last Monday. And it's just a little teaser video. And if I do this fella and press R, then everything turns off. It didn't. Okay. But that screen, all my screens are turning off. This is interesting. And my camera's off. No, my camera's back on. Okay. I have a lot of cables down there, and I think one of them just went, or something like that. Yeah, so if you want to listen to my tune that came out last week, there's the link there. And this is a little teaser to it. I will turn off my mic so I do not disturb you. And there you have it. By the way, the track is called Organism. It is not what... why is that not disappearing? Anyway, the track is called Organism. It's not the word that is kind of slightly similar to that. My mother, I think, she thought it had a different name because she just looked at the word and were like, interesting word. Although the writing on the video does look a little bit like that other word. I'm not sure if that was on purpose. I'll have a chat with my artist that does my artwork, shall I? Okay, we're going to listen to this tune. To be honest, I can't even remember what it sounds like. So let's have a little listen. And every now and again, I'm going to pop in and you'll see my reactions to parts of the tune because I might find them really surprising. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye. And there you have it. Some interesting timing there. It kind of the drums are in 4/4, and the bass is just plodding along with the drums. However, the first keyboard that comes in, it makes it sound like there's a 2/4 bar going in or something. Yeah, it's rather interesting, and you could tell like I was very surprised by what I was hearing. So yes. So, if you're well, you're definitely not watching live because there's no one there. But if you're watching this recording, then you can get involved. You keep an eye out on social media and stuff like that for what time these are going to happen. At the moment, they're happening every day, and you can get involved either by sending me some sort of sound bite to play around with and attempt to make a track, or you can answer some questions, things like a descriptive word, or you give me a descriptive word, sorry, or what instruments you want to hear, and maybe kind of what style. Sometimes I do a lot of different styles and stuff. And you can also get involved by somewhere below or up above. You can hit a link and sign up to my emails to get all the updates. I'll keep you updated on what's going on with me. And this thing is a constantly evolving thing. Yeah, who knows what it's going to be like in a month? We will see. So, have a fantastic evening. I'm going to leave you again with that little taster video, and get involved next time. And please do like, share, follow. That's what they say, isn't it, on TV, on YouTube and stuff. And also sign up to the emailing list. And at some point I'm going to start giving away some free stuff. I just haven't figured it out yet. It's not going to be like free money or anything, but there'll be something coming. It might be some beats that I've made. Yeah. Anyway, I will leave you with the tune, and I will hopefully see you live at some point. Goodbye now.